Hey everyone. So I wanted to drop in and talk about how we can drop in and connect to ourselves and essentially your intuition. Um, so it is a fairly simple process. However, it can take some practice in mastering it. Um, so when I say, you know, try and drop in yourself in my posts or connect to yourself and see how you feel with that. This is kind of what I'm asking you to do, and um, Spirit just kind of wanted me to share with you what that looks like. So first off, I start to I'm trying to think how to do this. So if I recognize that I'm feeling like any type of feeling, or I'm just feeling like, oh, I just want to like connect with myself and see like if there's anything that like needs to be acknowledged or any messages that want to come through, um, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna drop in myself here. Or if like something presents itself, and I'll give an example of this after, but then I'll be like, okay, I need to drop in, I need to check in and see what's going on, what I'm feeling. So this can be super simple. It doesn't have to be like this long process. When people talk about like meditations, a lot of times I think it's going to be like this 20, 30 hour long thing, but it doesn't have to be. Meditating can even be like as simple as like a 5 minute practice in your day. Um, and connecting to yourself is actually like a form of meditation. Um, because you're kind of like calming your thoughts and your mind, and that's kind of where the practice comes in. So when I want to do that, what I do is I just kind of take a few deep breaths, and I usually go in through your nose and out through my mouth. And I do that a few times just to like calm my nervous system. And once I'm feeling like I'm kind of more calm and more centered and grounded, then I'm letting as I'm focusing on my breathing, what that does is it takes my mind away from thinking about other things that may be going on in daily life, because our mind is very busy. We're always on the go, we're always thinking about things. So taking those breaths really helps, slow your mind down. And as you practice it more, the breathing helps you kind of clear everything out. Um, breathing in through your nose, bringing in the calm energy, um, big exhales through your mouth, and releasing like any, stressful thoughts you might have, stuff like that. So then I kind of just, once my mind has kind of cleared, and like I said, this is the part that takes the most practice, and don't get frustrated. It's totally normal to, for it to take time to learn how to let, everything kind of just escape your mind. But so just practice it, and at first you may struggle with, you're like, oh, my mind just can't get clear, like something's always popping in, and just know that that's okay. Eventually it will come. But if you just start doing it, like I said, even 5 minutes, like it doesn't have to be anything long. Like if you just have a few minutes and you need to like pop in and check in on yourself, like 5 minutes is plenty of time. um so once it's all kind of cleared, you really can connect to yourself. And that's when I usually ask spirit questions. And so I'm going to give you an example of like last night. I was starting to have really intense stomach cramping. And I was like, gosh, I don't know where this is coming from. I haven't eaten anything that I shouldn't have today. I've been really focusing on clean eating again. Got a little sidetracked with that with the holidays. But anyways, so I was like, oh, I didn't eat anything, so like there's no reason for my stomach to be upset. And I was like, ooh, I need to check in with myself because there's something going on that I'm not like seeing, but it's happening in the background. And so we were eating dinner at the dinner table, so everyone else is eating, and I just like took a minute and I just looked out our window, and I was staring out the window, and I kind of did some deep breaths, and I was like, okay, what am I feeling? And what came up was fear. And I was like, fear of what? I'm eating dinner, like. And they're like, fear of rejection. And I was like, fear of rejection? Where is this coming from? And I was like, okay, fear of rejection by what? Or with what? And they said people and ideas. And I was like, oh. And I just sat there with that, and I let myself feel it and know that the fear is okay. And I realized that I was having fear over rejection because I'm heading the PTO at my kid's school, and I had a meeting last night for that. And for whatever reason, it doesn't logically have to make sense, but this time I was very fearful of rejection, and it's something that I have struggled with fear of abandonment, just from my like childhood traumas and such. But this is kind of a form of that wound, is like this fear of rejection that I have of people not liking me or my ideas. And while I understand like it's okay that everyone needs to like you, it, like I said, it doesn't have to make any logical sense. Whatever you're feeling is what you're feeling, and it's perfectly okay. We see it, we honor it, and we move through it. And just by taking that short couple minutes to drop in, check in myself, see the discomfort in my stomach, and being told what that was, that then encouraged me to outwardly express this to my husband and just say like, hey, like I'm feeling like this, fear of rejection, and like, well, it doesn't make any logically sense. Like we talked through it, and I was like, it dissolved. That pain was no longer there. But that's where our mental and emotional health is just as important as our physical health. And our mental and emotional health can trigger responses in our physical body. So what I was feeling manifested itself into a physical symptom. Now, it was nothing that I had done physically, but everything to do with what I was feeling emotionally. So that's also another really important thing, is knowing that while you may be experiencing a physical symptom, it may not be caused by anything that you've done physically or anything physically wrong. It might be that you need to look at like your mental, emotional health, or even your spiritual health, and just, really honoring that. And by connecting to our bodies like this, where we drop in, check in, see where we're at, it really allows us to strengthen that connection. And knowing when something is a physical symptom, when it's manifested itself from a mental, emotional state into a physical symptom. So it's really amazing, and I really encourage you to start putting this in your daily life. Sorry, my little peanut's getting a little antsy here. But I really encourage you to start putting that into your daily life. Like I said, doesn't have to be like meditating for 20 minutes a day, but 5 minutes even. If you can give yourself 5 minutes a day and just do that, the deep breathing, let your mind be calm, and then just release and just let whatever is meant to come through in that moment to come through. And another thing that I want to mention here is when you're sitting there and you may hear random things, that may be your guidance team coming in. It may be God, it may be your spirit guides that are delivering messages to you. So it's really neat, as you build that connection with your own body, how it opens up our connection to the spirit world and strengthen our connection with God, universe. So I would love to hear how this goes for you, and as you're implementing this practice in your life, sharing maybe challenges you're having in doing it, or your successes, what you're noticing. But I do highly encourage doing that with yourself. It's a great way to invest in yourself and just honor our bodies. So if you have any questions, let me know. I hope that was clear. I was trying to explain it in a way that made sense, but also following Spirit's guidance on that. So I hope you are having a great day, and I will talk to you all soon.